Hello everybody, SlimKirby here. Welcome back to more of the Legend of Zelda, Link's Awakening for the Nintendo Switch. Last time we beat Catfish's Maw, the 5th dungeon of the game. We've also beaten the Color Dungeon, so I guess we've technically had 6 dungeons completed now, but, you know, in terms of main story progression, we're 5 down, 3 to go. Really not that much left to do, but we still have a bunch of overworld things we can check now, and that's going to be pretty much my plan of attack for today, just kind of focusing on some of the stuff we can get now that we couldn't get before. So the first thing I'm going to do is, let's actually play our song here. We're not too far for where I want to be, but still just in the interest of moving things a little faster. I'm going to warp back to our good usual animal village spot. Looks like Marin is no longer here in the village, so don't have to worry about the animals abducting her. Okay, yeah, I guess Dungeon 5 is the trigger for the broom lady to be here. Again, it's so weird that she just randomly changes locations like that, though. So I'm going to go back to the goat really quick. Now that we've delivered the letter to Mr. Wright, we can actually talk to the goats. You got the letter to my dearest Mr. White, right? Bavo. Oh, God, she said Bavo instead of Bravo. I'm not kidding when I say this means a lot to me. I want you to have this seashell as thanks. So yeah, they just randomly gave her a seashell for some reason. I know, it's weird. Like, I can understand putting, like, seashells at, like, mini-games and stuff, but just to, like, randomly give her one. Just because you needed, like, a grand total of 50, it just seems really weird. I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but, like, I do find that really weird. So yeah, we're going to actually go south of Animal Village now. We haven't done this yet. A couple of things we can actually do now that we're over in this area. First things first, if we bring out the shovel, there is a seashell here, so we'll go ahead and pick that up. I think that's like, what, number 33? Yep, okay. We can also talk to these statues as well. I've been kind of ignoring these, just because most of the time they give you, like, really, really cryptic hints to stuff. And, like, I already know, like, where everything is in this game anyway, so I don't usually talk to them out of instinct. But yeah, they just kind of tell you some random things. There's also just some of them that give you random flavor text that don't actually help you. But, yeah, secrets like water when it comes to bridges. So that's basically telling you there's something under the bridge here, which was the fisherman, as we've already seen. But yeah, I should probably get in the habit of checking those if I see them, since they're, in a sense, like the owl statues in dungeons. I just never really think about it. Okay, so now that we're over here, we have a mermaid scale, and we have a mermaid statue right here. Let's go ahead and check it out. You put the missing scale in the mermaid statue. And that'll actually open a secret here. So if we go down here, we are in an underground cave. Now be careful. There are enemies here that you can't see, which is really annoying, but that is the purpose for this item up here. I'm going to grab some hearts first, though, just in the interest of healing. Thank you very much. So this is the Magnifying lens. This will reveal many things you couldn't see before. This will actually do a couple of different things. First of all, we can see the enemies in this room now. So this is what we were getting hit by. These gel things and these other weird, like, mimic dashing things. I didn't realize they actually slowed your run down. That's kind of funny. So yeah, we can see those, but there's also a couple of other things we can use the magnifying lens for as well, and we'll definitely kind of go through the list and pick out those things as we go through here. But we're actually going to go back to the animal village really quick, because there are a couple other things we can do in this area now that we have some of these other tools at our disposal. First thing we're going to do is we're going to go back to the... I guess we're not really going back to the walrus. We're just going back here so we can go up, because there is this cave that we've kind of been ignoring for a while. The reason why I've been ignoring this is because you can't actually get the reward here until you have the hookshot. So now that we have the hookshot, we can come back and do this properly. And kind of the cool thing about this is there's actually 2 ways to do this part. If you don't fall in the pits. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to blow open this wall, as you normally do. You're going to see some bats. Now the first thing you can do is, obviously you have a rock down here that you can throw a bomb at and blow it up. That's what the game kind of intends for you to do. But there is actually kind of a secret that I'll show off. There is actually a second way you can get to that. So let's get back over here. Jump over everything. Try equipping your bow and your bombs at the same time and pressing both buttons at the same time. Bomb arrows. Kind of a cool secret that existed in the original game that they brought back for this game, this remake. It's really cool. I wouldn't say it's like really that effective because you're essentially wasting 1 ammunition of each for 1 attack, but it is really, really freaking cool to see happen, so... yeah, that's a heart piece from there. I forgot to jump, or I forgot to equip my jumping tool again. Okay, so that's the first thing I wanted to come back in Animal Village for. We're actually almost done with getting everything in Animal Village, so we'll have, like, no reason to come back here unless we just need to use that shortcut again, which honestly could happen at this point. So next thing we're going to do is we're going to go to one of the houses here. I want to say it's this one. Yes, it's this house. This guy wasn't here before. Now that we have the magnifying glass, we can actually see him. Hey, you can see me? You must have a magnifying glass. I'm not a troublemaker. I'll just want to live in peace. I'll give you this if you promise to keep your mouth shut. So in the original, well, not the original, but rather the DX version, this would actually lead to one of the camera pictures from the camera shop side quest. But since that's no longer here, they just decided to give you a secret seashell instead. Which, again, I do like that. Like, I do like how the game manages to actually utilize the features that was in an old version that's no longer applicable, but use them for something else. And more than that, he actually gives you another tip about the magnifying lens, saying we should go to the cave at Taranbo Shores, because there is something else, and we will definitely go back over there. What's my rupee count at right now? 641. You know what? Let us actually do that next. That sounds like a good idea. But yeah, for now, we're actually, I think, done with Animal Village. We have no other reason to come back here at this point. So we're going to probably just never come back. So let's actually warp down here to Martha's Bay. There's, in addition to that thing we're going to check out at the shore, there's also something else we can do, too. So, let's see. We'll, go over here. There's a staircase. I mean, I think you can, normally just, jump and use your sword. Like, you'll obviously, like, fall. Or, well, I didn't fall at all, never mind, but... I don't know, for some reason I always feel like you need the hookshot for this, but apparently maybe you don't. Also, heart piece down here, so we'll grab that. That's another, another heart container too, wow. So let's keep on following this path forward. I guess you don't need the hookshot at all, you just need the flippers and... yeah, really just the flippers, honestly. So you come in here, we have another instance of the Mad Batter, as I like to call him. Let's go ahead and sprinkle some powder on his flame. Hey, kid, you woke me up from a fine nap. Thanks a lot, but now I'll get my revenge. Are you ready? I'll let you carry more magic powder. I am not ready for that. Fine, I'll let you have more arrows. Yes, so once again, going to be skipping the powder upgrade for a, honestly, more useful upgrade. Because again, it's just so easy to run out of arrows and bows compared to powder, especially since you just do not use powder really at all in the game. So there we go, got that. We have 60 arrows now, which is perfect. I honestly don't think we'll be running out of those ever again at this point. But yeah, that's it for that. I might go ahead and just use Mambo again, because I feel like this would be faster than going through all those cave transitions. I am kind of glad I came back to that, though, because I actually forgot that there was a piece of heart in there. But yeah, we could have done that earlier, but it makes sense doing this now while we're kind of covering our tracks and doing everything. Come on. Again, it's always the second jump. I always miss the first jump, but the second jump I always get no problem. So yeah, the Zora mentioned that there's a cave here on Corunbo's shores that has some use to us now that we have the Magnifying lens. So let's go ahead and check that out, shall we? Inside, we have a Goria, one of the enemies from Zelda 1, the enemies that would throw the boomerang at you. Let's go ahead and talk to him. I found a good item washed on the beach. I'll trade it for you with what you have in your X or Y button. If you want to trade, press X or Y, and if you don't, press B. Oh, yeah, okay, well, okay, I don't want to trade either of those. So, we're going to put the shovel as our X item here. Okay, let's do it. If you want the item you traded me again, come back. So yeah, we have traded in the shovel for the boomerang, which may not seem like a great trade because the shovel has given us a lot of secret seashells, but do not fret, because if you talk to the guy again, I'll sell your shovel back. How does 300 rupees sound? You can just buy the shovel back so you can get both items. Don't think that's something you could actually do in the original game, so again, it is kind of cool that you can get both back this time. It also just kind of shows that we don't have much left in the game to get, since we only have 2 squares left in our item inventory, so that's kind of funny. So let's spend a little time talking about that boomerang we just acquired. Once again, in the original Link's Awakening, the boomerang was, much like the Hookshot, one of the most broken items in the game. It gets a significant nerf this time around because it stuns enemies, doesn't kill them. But in the original Link's Awakening, this boomerang could kill so many enemies. And honestly, it is killing like a decent number of them right now. It seems like it's mostly like the enemies that, like, you know, don't take more than 1 hit. Like, those enemies die, but enemies that take more than 1, like, at least for them, you have to kind of, you only stun them, for example. So yeah, that's gonna be pretty much it for this part of the world. Let me look at the map really quick, just to kind of examine what I have. I think the next place we want to go to is we kind of want to go back to the Canalet Castle area. I might also check in with the Seashell Shrine too, because that will give us something else to check out while we're here. I don't remember if 40 or 35 is the next reward. I know there's a reward for 30, but I'm not really sure beyond that. But I'll go ahead and grab something else before I check, just to see if it is 35. Because now that we have the Hookshot, we can also get over here. And inside here, once again, we have another secret seashell. How about that? Okay. Can I go back this way? Not really. Okay, so I'll just probably warp back to the Seashell Shrine then. Again, making really good use of this warp song that we have. Okay, so back to the Seashell Mansion. And I guess after we do this, I guess it'll be time to maybe go back to Maeve Village and do some fishing. Now that we've unlocked some significant progress in the game, we can actually get the remaining items that are there, which is kind of nice. So yeah, it looks like 40 is going to be our next item after we get this one. Because yeah, we're at 35 right now. But we do get another prize. This prize is going to be a little less exciting. It's a chamber stone. So yeah, that's a little disappointing, but it is what it is. And actually, man, I'm always getting like second thoughts with this. But no, I think we are going to go to Maeve Village and just focus on some fishing for a bit. Maybe also check the Trendy Game while we're in the area. You know, all that good stuff that we're known for doing. Also, I guess I should also pay a visit to the shop just to check it out, see if we have any new items. Okay, they finally started appearing. You can actually buy chamber stones in the shop. Now, as you can see, the chamber stones are worth over 1,000 rupees, which does verify the thought I had earlier that you can get more than 1,000 rupees at once. But yeah, these chamber stones are very expensive. And more than that, the shop actually has 7 of them. So you need like, geez, pretty close to like not exactly, mind you, but pretty damn close to 10,000 rupees you have to spend just on that stuff. There are some pretty good ways to grind rupees, and there'll still be some other rupee chests we can get throughout the game, but yeah, if you want to get everything, you have to spend quite a bit in this game, that's for sure. Okay, so we do have another thing we can get. We have a blooper. Move right. Boom. Do it. What? I love how we knocked it down, though. At least we knocked it down. It's still kind of moving, too, though. That could actually be kind of concerning. Let's go over here. You gotta be kidding me. Trendy Game? At least it kind of stopped. Oh no, it's gonna get... What if it moves onto the other platform? I don't think it will, but... I have to wait till... Got it! Maybe. Okay, yeah, we got it. Thankfully it seems big enough, so it would get kind of stuck in the claw, I guess. And yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and try to grab the purple root, because I did waste a lot of rupees otherwise. But remember, I dropped the purple rupee last time, so there's no guarantee that I'll get this. There we go. Don't know if I'll bother with the red rupee though. I mean, we already spent 20 extras getting the blooper set up anyway. Okay, so we got the blooper. I know there was a shy guy platform. I know there's another one in Link's house. No, there's Piranha Plant and Goomba in Link's house. I know there's another one inside this house, and there could be also another one inside Old Ryra's house too. Here it is. That's Pokey. Okay, Pokey, Shy Guy. Yeah, I guess it's in the other house. I guess while I'm thinking about it, well, first let me put it down. Oh, here it is. I guess it makes sense for both of the fish, or the sea critter ones, to be in that house, I guess. I guess that makes sense. Let's just make sure there's not anything else in here. Nope, we're good. They might give you like one after each dungeon. That's probably what it is. We'll probably see either Shy Guy or Pokey next. Hello everybody, SlimKirby here. I'm going to be doing a little bit of post-commentary for the rest of this video, just because I was a bit unsure of the requirements for this next thing, and unfortunately the notes I was using were actually a little inaccurate, so I'm going to go ahead and just post-commentate over this and actually give you guys, you know, the correct information. So we're actually going back to the fishing pond, and there are a couple of things we still need to unlock at the fishing pond. There's still the heavyweight lure, which is basically a lure that allows you to capture heavyweight fish more easily, and the line won't break as much. There's also 2 secret seashells, and there's also 2 chamber stones. The 2 chamber stones we can actually not get at this time. I was under the impression that we could get them now, but literally it's just the other 3 things that we can now obtain. So as far as the heavyweight lure is concerned, I'm actually not too sure. I unlocked this via getting a blooper, and I think it depends on the size of the fish, not really like a blooper specifically. But yeah, that's one of the prizes you can get, and like I said before, it basically allows you to kind of catch some of the heavier fish more easily. It gives you a little more leeway with your line so it won't break as much. But it can definitely still break, so don't get too over anxious or, you know, too button trigger happy with your A presses when you're doing this. The next thing we have are the 2 secret seashells, and if you couldn't tell from what you're seeing on screen right now, you can basically get 1 secret seashell for getting a blooper, and 1 secret seashell for getting a cheap cheap. The blooper and cheap cheeps do not start appearing into this fishing pond until after you beat Catfish's Maw. Now, as far as those 2 chamber stones that I talked about earlier, the fish that give you those, they don't appear until after you beat the Face Shrine, which is the next dungeon. But again, the notes I was looking at beforehand said it was after Dungeon 5 as well, which is incorrect, so I had to very quickly correct that page, because I was here for about an hour, and those fish never showed up. So, yeah, can't get those until after Face Shrine, hopefully. Again, this game is still a very new game, so certain triggers and stuff haven't obviously been learned 100%, so it's kind of understandable that there's the wrong information out there, but yeah, after waiting an hour and having literally nothing happen, I kind of figured that that's a case of incorrect information. So yeah, we'll be coming back later to get those 2 chamber stones, but for now, just going to go ahead and catch the blooper and the cheap cheap, get those 2 secret seashells, and then we'll be on our way. As far as catching these 2 fish, there's not really a whole lot you have to say about it. It's still pretty much the same process as catching a normal fish. They do have slightly different patterns than what you would be expecting of another fish, so just be very careful. Don't continually mash on the A button because you may accidentally break your line. The cheap cheap specifically, they have like very strict timing where you almost kind of have to stop pressing the A button a bit earlier, like before they start fighting back. but with enough persistence and enough tries, you should be able to get these secret seashells with no problem. I also feel like there's also kind of a size requirement involved, but any of the guides I've seen have not been super exact about that. So that's really all the information I can give you guys right now. Again, it's hard just because this is still kind of a newer game, so not enough information has been known on a grand scale, so just kind of have to make a little bit of an assumption here that certain things work the way they do and certain things don't work the way you think they would. But yeah, that's going to do it for this video. Thank you for watching, everybody. Next time we have another quick overworld video, but this time I'll actually be making some forward progress to the next dungeon, and then the video after that we'll start working on dungeon number 6, which is the Face Shrine. So this has been SlimKirby. Thank you for watching, everybody. I'll see you guys next time. Later, folks.